Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. Here we go again. Here to pull some cards for you. Um, I actually pulled the cards already, so we don't have to worry about shuffling or anything like that. And what I will say before we get started, though, is if you're interested in getting a reading from me, you can use the book now button using at Instagram and Facebook, as well as going onto my website at casterscabinet.com, and you can book there. I am free and available on Tuesdays and Mondays, as well as from 8 to 10, I believe. So you can check on there. It's throughout the week. It'll be a little bit different, but just let me know if you're interested. Also, like and comment on the video if you feel so inclined. Okay, so here we go. This is what I got. The good old devil. Yay. Um, you have an issue here. You have a habit. You have something that you've been doing that you know is not good for you, but you continue to come back to it every time. And trust me, we all got vices. All of us. Some of us play too much video games. Some of us smoke too much weed. Some of us smoke too many cigarettes. You know, drink too much wine. Whatever. You know, we all have a thing. But this is the thing that is apparent and creating issues now. Okay? So, this might be something that it's like when you're younger, you can drink a whole bunch and, you know, no, with respect, obviously. I mean, when we were younger, we were doing crazy stuff. But, like, you know what I'm saying. If you're younger and stuff like that, you can do all that stuff and you can party and be a crazy hooligan. But once you get to a certain age, once you have certain responsibilities, stuff like that, the ability to do those things starts to fall away and it becomes apparent in different areas of your life, right? So, it could be that it could be that you're just not spending enough time with family or friends and you might be isolating yourself because it feels better, but it's not. But yeah, so it's really very important to notice too that the chains around the two people who have grown horns, because they are more akin to the devil than themselves, including the tails that they miraculously have. He is igniting the male's passions and setting them ablaze, and the other is growing a tail of grapes, signifying her fertility. So, I mean, you know, in essence, naturally, that's not a bad thing. But when the devil or like the um, more raw part of humanity is coming out and not being a community person, um, it can manifest in different ways. Um, Basically, though, this is something that you know is not good for you. You know it is affecting you in some negative way, but you also feel elated and happy with it at the end of the day. And sometimes you only feel happy with it. So, just something to think about. Make sure that whatever you do, it's intentional and that you don't have a crutch that you constantly need to be there for, because that's not how you want to live your life. Um, okay, and now we have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is you. You are trying to do a lot of things, or you are trying to figure out which one is going to be the path you want to take. If you look at it, they're all going kind of similarly the same way, right? There's a whole bunch of things that you could do. Ones represent passion or a path or will or creation, and some of them are uh, some of them are longer, some of them are shorter, stuff like that. So each one will last a certain amount of time. Some of them won't last as much time. Some of them will last a very long time. This one's almost out of the frame here. But they're all going to be fruitful because they all have leaves on them, right? So they're all going to be fruitful, but just in a different way, in their own way. But you need to pick which one it's going to be, right? So you need to be able to pick between these. You might be able to pick a couple, you know, but just remember that if you pick 3 long ones, you're gonna have to do all that stuff for quite a while. If you pick a big one and a little short one, then you know it might be a little bit better for your free time, but also this could be a free time thing. This could be a hobby that you're doing outside of work or something like that. You know what I mean? So there are a whole bunch of things that you could be doing. But you just need to pick which ones you really want to dive into. I feel you. I'm a jack of all trades. I was a cab driver. I was a logistics coordinator, retail manager, shift leader at McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts. Like, it's just, I've been everywhere. So, but they all last a certain amount of time, and then you have to move on once life gets more expensive. And things are going to be shown to you that, like, hey, this is a possibility that you could be doing this instead, and if you want to, go for it. But I would say do research. Make sure you know all the ramifications beforehand, and don't overextend yourself. Very important. And you got the Page of Swords. So, I really think that you are going to be getting a message about one of these, though. You are going to be getting a message either about, so it could be that someone is showing you that you have a problem, right? Like an intervention or something like that. It doesn't have to be an intervention, but it could be someone just pulling you to the side and being like, hey, I noticed some things. It seems like maybe there is an issue that you should be looking at a little bit more deeply, right? I don't think that you should be doing it this way. Maybe you should be doing it this way. And don't take it as criticism. They are trying to help you. They see a problem and they don't know how to assist you with it. They don't want to be overbearing, but they want to help. So that is probably where this is going to come if it is attached to this. If it is attached to this, then someone is going to be telling you a way that you can get into one of these. And maybe that is the first, maybe that's the first foot that you can put in the door for one of these. Maybe you know somebody, and you didn't know that they were interested or working in that field already, and they're going to help you do that. It's possible. But pages are messengers usually. They're messengers. They could be messages in your mind because it's the swords, right? So it could be a message in your mind saying, oh, this is the one. This is the one I have to go with, right? And the other one is say it with me. No, but it's usually messengers. But What I am seeing though, I'm sorry, I keep getting more pulled into some of these details here. I saw the birds, as well as the mountains in the background, and it almost feels, you know what it feels like? Like you're running away. It feels like you are running away from an issue that you don't want to deal with right now, because the mountains are super far away, right? So what I'm picturing is someone coming to you at a location. You can see where you came from in the background, right? And they came to you and like, where have you been? What happened? Why are you over here? You know what I mean? But you could see the place that you were in the background. This is what I'm seeing. You're here on this big lawn. You're hanging out with your sword for some reason. And the mountains are your problems or your issues. But usually your issues and your problems are where you're from, you know, where you were living or anything like that. So it's almost like you're on a vacation, enjoying yourself, and you're getting a message from the place. So, it just popped into my head. I don't know if that's what it really is, but the pages are usually messengers or messages that you are getting from somebody. And also on the card, what I'm seeing is there is a lot of earth and almost zero water. There's a tiny speck of water right there. Which tells me that you might want to focus a little bit more on your emotional state. Focus on your emotions. Really feel, and stop distracting yourself, you know? Allow yourself to feel the feelings, because that might just be what you need to just kind of, you know what? They're not problems. They're issues that I can solve. You know? It's not like they're it's not like they're never gonna go away, and it's definitely not like I can just run away and I'll never see them again, because that is 100% not true. So what I'm thinking is that you might have just needed like a getaway, or you know, a little hiatus before you come back to it. But you're definitely there now. You're at the point where it's like, okay, I think we have to deal with this now, you know. So that's what I got for you today. If you have any questions at all, you can send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, or at my website, casterscabinet.com. And you can also book at those 3 locations as well, Instagram and Facebook, using the Book Now button, and casterscabinet.com, you can use the schedule button, and it will bring you to my scheduling system. Alrighty, so that's what I got for you today, and I will see you in the next one.